Good morning, dear students. You all must have heard the terms metals and non-metals. Can you look around and see if they exist in your surroundings as well? Note down their names and try to classify them as metals or non-metals. What does your table made up of? Aluminium or wood? What about the phone or the laptop you are viewing this video on? And what about the paper on which you are writing or pen with which you are writing? Are they made up of metals, non-metals or both? As a matter of fact, almost everything around us is made up of either a metal or a non-metal. But how to differentiate between the two? To understand this, first we need to know what an element is. Element is a substance which cannot be broken down into two or more simpler substances by chemical reactions, that is, by applying heat, light, or electricity. For example, iron is an element because it cannot be broken down into two or more simpler substances by the simple methods of chemical reactions such as heat, light, or electricity. There are only 92 naturally occurring elements known to us at present. On the basis of their properties, all the elements can be divided into two main groups, metals and non-metals. Iron, copper and aluminium are examples of metals, whereas carbon, oxygen and sulfur are examples of non-metals. All the metals have similar properties and all the non-metals have also similar properties. But the properties of non-metals are opposite to those of metals. Both metals as well as non-metals are used in our daily life. So, let's study first the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Metals are generally hard, opaque, shiny and has good electrical and thermal conductivity, whereas non-metals are highly volatile and are poor conductor of heat and electricity. All the metals are solid except one metal, mercury, which is a liquid, whereas non-metals can be solid, liquid or gases at room temperature. Metals are malleable, which means that metals can be beaten into thin sheets with a hammer. Due to this property of metals, they can be bent to form objects of different shapes by beating with a hammer. Metals are ductile. This means these can be drawn into thin wires. Gold and silver are the best ductile and malleable metals, whereas non-metals are neither malleable nor ductile. They are brittle in nature. This means that they cannot be beaten into thin sheets with a hammer. They break into small pieces when hammered. Now let's discuss the next physical property, conductivity. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. This means that metals allow heat and electricity to pass through them easily. If we hold one end of a metal spoon in hot water, then its other end becomes hot very soon. This is because the metal of spoon conducts heat from one end to the other end quickly. Copper, silver, gold, aluminium and iron metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Silver is the best conductor of heat and electricity. The cooking utensils are made of metals because metals are good conductors of heat. Similarly, metals are used in making electric wires and cables. On the other hand side, non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. This means they do not allow heat and electricity to pass through them. Due to this property, they are used to make handles of cooking utensils and coverings for wires carrying electricity. The next physical property is luster. Metals are lustrous, shiny. This means that metals have a shiny appearance. This makes them useful in making jewelry and decoration pieces. For example, gold and silver are used for making jewelry because they are bright and shiny. On the other hand side, non-metals are not lustrous. It means they do not have any shine, they are dull in appearance. For example, sulfur and phosphorus are solid non-metals which do not have any luster or shine. However, there is one exception, that is iodine. It is a non-metal having luster. Now, the next property is sonorousness. Metals are sonorous. This means that metals make a ringing sound when we strike them. If we drop a metal coin or a metal utensil on the floor of our house, we hear a ringing sound. And when the hammer of an electric bell strikes the metal gong, even then a ringing sound is produced. On the other hand, non-metals are not sonorous. This means that solid non-metals do not make any ringing sound when we strike them. If we drop a piece of carbon or a lump of sulfur on the floor or strike them with a hammer, we do not hear any ringing sound. Next property is hardness. Metals are generally hard. This means that most of the metals cannot be cut easily, so they are used for making machines, tools, buildings, etc. There are, however, some exceptions like sodium and potassium. These are so soft that we can cut them easily with a knife. On the other hand side, non-metals are quite soft. This means that most of the solid non-metals can be cut easily. For example, sulfur and phosphorus. Only one non-metal, diamond, is very hard. In fact, diamond is the hardest natural substance known. Next is strength. Metals are usually strong. They have high tensile strength. This means they can hold large weights without breaking. Whereas non-metals are not so strong. They have low tensile strength. It means they break down. They cannot hold the large weight. Metals have high strength due to the high density and high melting point. On the other hand side, non-metals have low density and low melting points. This is the table showing the differences in physical properties of metals and non-metals. You can recapitulate it from here. Thank you.